everyone. I'm here with a very frothy iced coffee. Let's pick my June TBR. I am so excited today. I haven't done this for a couple of months, but I'm really looking forward to it. I felt a little bit directionless, kind of just mood reading. I actually like having my books chosen for me. I often finish or get very close to finishing my TBR when I plan it this way. So preface, as always, I am not feeling overwhelmed by my physical TBR right now, and I also have about 40 books currently downloaded on my Kindle. I don't have Kindle Unlimited, so these are ones that I've downloaded from like Prime First Reads or when I had the trial of Kindle Unlimited. So all of the Kindle books are in play for my TBR jar, as well as if I pick a prompt and I don't have a book that fits it and I don't want to purchase a book, I will utilize my local library and find it there. I think that's enough of a preface. I'm going to choose 8. Let's do 8 prompts this month. I am excited for that. So let's go for it. Number 1. A love triangle. I'm kind of mad at myself for putting this in here. That is probably one of my least favorite tropes, if I'm being honest. So all of my romances are down here. Let's see if there's a love triangle in any of them. This might be a love triangle. Benedict's story might be a love triangle unless she is both women. Ever since that magical night, a radiant vision in silver has blinded Benedict to the attractions of any other except this alluring and oddly familiar beauty dressed in housemaid's garb. I'm gonna Google if this is a love triangle. It says no. Unravel Me might be, right? If you know, you know. No. I don't think I buy books that have a love triangle. Do I have to look at my Kindle books? Let's go to the romance. I only have 2 romance, and they are both not love triangle. Okay, I just googled love triangle books, and you know what is on the list? Is Unravel Me. So maybe it is more love triangle-y than I thought. Doesn't surprise me. That's why I picked it up and read the synopsis. I just figure the love triangle might be coming later. I guess this can be the first book on our list. Unravel Me for a love triangle. I am glad that I throw out my prompts. I never want to see that again. Let's take our second prompt and hope that it's better than that. Prompt number 2. No pictures on the cover, just words. No pictures on the cover. Does that exist? A leaf or a flower, like that's barely pictures on these. Could be argued. Should I take another glance through my Kindle books? Or should I just say that this doesn't have pictures because it's just flowers? Let's go back to my Kindle list. I could read way more than these. I could read Abby Jimenez's short story, Worst Wingman Ever. I could read The Usual Silence by Jenny Milkman. I mean, there's trees in the background, but it's still less than these 2. And Death Row by Frida McFadden, which was the Prime First Read of May, I believe. So those are my 3 options. I think I'm going to choose Death Row by Frida McFadden. I think a woman is like on death row, if I remember correctly, and she says she's innocent, and then one person maybe helps her prove her innocence because her husband is actually still alive. She's on death row for murdering her husband, I'm pretty sure, but he's still alive in real life. I think that's what the synopsis was. Yeah, I've never read a Frida McFadden book. I know that they're a little bit hit or miss for some people. I don't read a lot of thrillers in general, but that I think will be book number 2. Prompt number 3. The Longest Romance. Okay. I think no brainer that's going to be Things We Hide from the Light. How long is this? It's like 550-ish. Because Funny Story is definitely not 550 pages. I really want to read Funny Story. 387. Things We Hide from the Light, that's kind of a no-brainer. That gives me 2 chonkers, but that's alright. Okay, it's nice when it's just a fact one and you don't have to have any subjective behavior. It's supposed to be pistachio flavored coffee, and I'm not getting too much of that. Okay, prompt number 4. Let's see. Bought in person. That actually scraps a lot of these. Bought in person. That is a fun prompt though, because I do most of my shopping online. I'm gonna pull out everything that I bought in person. Oh, actually quite a few of them. These are my options. I think these are all from used bookstore, so that is a bonus. None of them I bought new. English Patient. This is the oldest one on my list. I don't feel like reading it. I do think I should read and continue the Bridgerton series soon. This is the third book. Have liked the TV show more than the books, but this is Benedict, so the show hasn't even come out yet for this one, so maybe I should just continue it. I think I'm leaning towards this. Jennifer Lynn Barnes, I kind of struggled through the Inheritance games, and I bought this before I finished that series, and I will get to it. I think I'm gonna like it better just based on the premise, but not ready for that yet either. I don't want to read something this big. Same with that. And I don't really feel like this. Okay, Process of Elimination. We are going for Bridgerton, An Offer from a Gentleman. This is number 3. That's on the list. That was already halfway. We are halfway. So 4 more. There is an object in the title. An object, like a silver chair or a latte. Is a bone an object? I'm gonna say no. One Dark Window. No. Spires? I would say spires are an object. So these are my 4 options. I could go Kindle. None of these are speaking to me right now. I think I should always choose a physical book if I have one that matches the prompt, and I have 4. Should I just continue Narnia? I read The Voyage of the Dawn Treader like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, so that might be a good option. These like same vibes but different, aren't they? They're actually very similar covers. That's so funny. So we're gonna read The Silver Chair, which is the second last book in the Narnia series. And then I'll only have 1 left, so that's kind of exciting. And then I can put the last one on my cart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. That was a little one. A color in the title. We're really going with title 2 in a row now. A color. Okay. No brainer. Again, the only one that has a color, and it is gold. We are continuing the Red Rising series. This is book 4? Right, it's book 4 because I thought it was a trilogy and then he kept writing. So I have no idea what this is about. I'm not going to read the synopsis. I don't want to know what this is about. Should I read it? No, I don't want to know. I am loving this series. I actually found my first 6-star read in the 3rd book, so I am eager to continue. I'm so fine with continuing. Was it the 3rd one? Yes, Morningstar. Iron Gold, let's hope it continues it, even though sometimes when a series means to stop at a trilogy and then keeps going, it's not always a great thing. But let's hope in this case it is. Okay, 2 more prompts. Number 7. Set in the 90s. Ooh, I don't know if I have that anywhere. I might have to Google books set in the 90s and then see if I would like to buy one or get it from the library. Okay, books set in the 90s. You know what? If I can get a book that was written in 1994, that is on my bingo for the year. The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth. This is on my want to read list on Goodreads, so it's a good place to start. It is set in the 90s. I'm not sure when it was written. 2012. I believe it is about, I think it's like a coming of age story for a girl who loses her parents in a horrible accident and is like secretively glad because then she doesn't have to come out to them. But then she lives with the super conservative family members after they die, who she also can't tell. I think I might buy this one. I'd rather not spend money right now. You know what? I'm gonna see if my library has it. Ooh, they've revamped their website a little bit. Interesting. Oh, it's a DVD. Interesting. Okay, it's available. So, oh, I thought that was my coffee. It's available, so I put a hold on and I will pick that up from the library this week. So we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more prompt. Last one. Oh, let's hope it's a good one. Small town setting. Okay. Yay. No. This might be. And this might be. I wouldn't mind like a good little standalone fantasy for this. Is this a standalone? I have no idea. Yours truly, I think it's her friend Bree, and she lives in the city. Is Funny Story small town? I don't think so. I'm gonna look it up. It sounds kind of small town, and if it is, I'm choosing this. Yes, it is set in a fictional small town. I am finally reading Funny Story. I waited until it was available in paperback to match all my other paperbacks before purchasing it. I prefer a paperback book. I was fine with waiting, and then when I bought it, I thought I'd read it right away, and now it's been weeks and I haven't picked it up. So I'm glad to add this to my TBR. I think you'll see it very early on, probably, but we will see. So we have The Miseducation of Cameron Post, Death Row by Frida McFadden. Those are two. And then Unravel Me, which is the second full-size book, but the third book after a novella in the Shadow Me series. So I'm excited to read that because actually the first novella that I read maybe like, what, 2 or 3 months ago, very good, and made me want to keep reading. Things We Hide from the Light, which is the second book after Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, which was not my favorite romance I've read recently, but I think that was mostly given to the main characters, and I preferred these characters in that book, so I'm glad that they get their own book. Bridgerton, An Offer from a Gentleman, the third book in the Bridgerton series, which the TV show I think is coming out in 2026, so it is time for me to read that. The Silver Chair, which is the second last book, the penultimate book in the Narnia series. I am reading it for the first time right now, so I'm excited to keep going with that. Iron Gold, which is the fourth book in the Red Rising series. You know what? I am doing a great job at continuing series with this TBR, so that's great. And Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I don't think needs a description. I love Emily Henry. I love everything she's ever done, and I am hoping it leans more towards the beach read feelings, because that is my favorite book by her, I think, and Book Lovers is a close second. So I hope it's more like those. That is the TBR for June. I think she looks very colorful and pink. She looks very pink, but I'm excited to get to these. So thanks for coming. I hope that you come back to see these in some reading blogs this month, and I'll see you next week.